It's time for another lesson in Ray's Arithmetic, and our lesson today is multiplication, and we're going to do lesson number 41, and that's going to be all about the number 3. You're going to see the number 3 in all of our problems today. So you ready to get started? Okay, let's do some multiplication problems with the number 3 in them. First one we're going to do is 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. That's kind of an easy one. Let's do 2 times 3 next. 2 times 3 is, what do you think? That's 6. Let me do my 6 over a little bit more like a 6. 2 times 3 is 6. How many is 3 times 2? 3 times 2 is also 6. Okay, next let's do 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is how many? That's 9. Let's do 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. How many is 4 times 3? Well, 4 times 3 is also 12. 4 times 3 is 12. Let's do 3 times 5 next. 3 times 5 is 15. And 5 times 3, we just switched those two numbers around. 5 times 3 is, what do you think? That's also 15. All right, let's do 3 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18. So how much do you think 6 times 3 is? 6 times 3 is also 18. Let's do 3 times 7. 3 times 7 is 21. How about 7 times 3? 7 times 3 is also 21. Okay, let's do a couple more. Let's do 3 times 8. 3 times 8 is what? 24. 8 times 3 is also 24. And let's do 3 times 9. 3 times 9 is 27. That would mean 9 times 3 is 27. Let's do 3 times 10. 3 times 10, that's 30. Hey, these numbers are getting big. 10 times 3 would also be 30. Okay. You can go back over these later on and repeat this so you can see what the 3 problems are. Well, let's do some story problems. The first one is a pint of chestnuts costs 3 cents. By the way, a pint, it's a unit of measure. A pint is 2 cups, and we'll just think of it as a container of a certain size, and it's got some chestnuts in it. Well, this pint of chestnuts costs 3 cents. So I'll put that up here, 3 cents. How much will 2 pints of these chestnuts cost? So if 1 pint costs 3 cents, how many will 2 pints cost? Well, that would be 3 times 2, wouldn't it? Well, 3 times 2 is how many? 3 times 2 is 6. So those 2 pints of chestnuts would cost 6 cents. Okay, let's try another one. James bought 3 tops at 3 cents each. What did he pay for both of them, for all of them? Well, he bought 3 tops, and he paid 3 cents for each top. How much did he pay for all the 3 tops? Well, I think that would be 3 times 3, don't you? 3 times 3 is how many? That's 9. Slightly irregular 9 there, that's better. 3 times 3 is 9. All right, let's go to Thomas, who is walking, and he can walk 3 miles an hour. 3 miles in an hour. How far can he walk in 4 hours? So old Thomas can walk 3 miles in an hour. Well, how far can he go in 4 hours? That's a lot of walking, and we'll know how many miles here in just a second. 3 times 4 will tell us how many miles that is. How many is 3 times 4? 3 times 4 is 12. So Thomas can walk 12 miles in 4 hours. Wow. If a pear is worth 5 apples, how many apples are 3 pears worth? Well, that's an interesting problem. If a pear is worth 5 apples, there we go. How many apples are 3 pears worth? Well, I think a simple matter of multiplying 5 times 3 will tell us that. How many is 5 times 3? 15. Okay, so that means that those, 5 apples, the 3 pears are worth 15 apples. Okay. Do you like apples and pears? I like apples myself. Well, we'll go from apples and pears. How about to peaches and plums? Our next problem says, if a peach is worth 3 plums, how many plums are 6 peaches worth? So if 1 peach is worth 3 plums, how many plums are 6 peaches worth? Well, I think we better multiply 3 times 6 to know the answer to that. 3 times 6 is what? 3 times 6 is 18. So therefore, 6 peaches are worth 18 plums. Okay, in this problem. Okay, let's try another one. How much will 7 yards of tape cost if 1 yard cost 3 cents? So how much will 7 yards of tape cost if 1 yard is 3 cents? Well then, if 1 yard is 3 cents, 7 yards is going to be 7 times 3, isn't it? Well, how many is 7 times 3? 7 times 3 is 21. All right, so those 7 yards of tape costs 21 cents. Well, an orange, if an orange costs 3 cents, how many cents will 8 oranges cost? So if an orange costs 3 cents, how many cents will 8 oranges cost? Well, 3 times 8, what is 3 times 8? That's 24. So 24 cents is what those 8 oranges would cost. A pound of sugar. If a pound of sugar costs 9 cents, how much will 3 pounds cost? Well, if a pound of sugar is 9 cents, how much will 3 pounds cost? Well, we'll just multiply 9 times 3 and we'll know the answer. What is 9 times 3? 9 times 3 is 27. Okay, let's do one more. A slate costs 10 cents. You remember a slate is kind of like a chalkboard? Well, a slate costs 10 cents. And a book costs 3 times that much. How much will the book cost? Well, we just can multiply 3 times 10 and we'll know that. So 3 times 10, I should say 10 times 3 is what? That's 30. So that book costs 30 cents, 3 times more than the slate. Okay, you getting the idea of the multiplication problems, how that works? Okay, we'll do some more next time with the number 4 in our next lesson, lesson 42. We'll see you when we get together again. You can still visit raisemath.com for the other lessons, and we'll do some more multiplication next time. Bye-bye.